A woman with ambition.
All she needed in life to make her happy was money.
For wealth and independence.
She may have just hated him. She may have just wanted him out of the way.
Can be ruthless.
But I think she wanted the money.
(1992), Huntsville, Alabama. Twins Betty Wilson and Peggy Lowe enjoy each other's company. They share the same gene pool, but are very different individuals.
Peggy Lowe sang in the choir at a big Baptist church. She was a school teacher, and she was held in high regard in the community.
Her sister Betty has a more flashy reputation.
Betty lived what some would call a liberated lifestyle.
It's a bit early to be drinking, isn't it? No.
And partied quite a bit. Did anything she wanted to do.
She collected things like fur coats, diamonds, jewelry. She had a pretty good collection of luxury items.
A nurse, Betty is married to wealthy ophthalmologist Jack Wilson.
She wanted to find a rich doctor. She was infatuated with money and with the status that a doctor could bring her.
Jack is quite a catch.
Look what I just got, Jack. Isn't it gorgeous?
Dr. Wilson was a one-of-a-kind guy. He was a generous man. He had a sign in his office that said, "If you can't pay, see the doc."
All right, Simon. Now then, let's have a look at these eyes of yours.
Dr. Jack Wilson was like one of those doctors that did everything for everyone. He was a great person to be around, to have as a doctor. He was just an outstanding guy.
There's no question he was one of the most beloved men in Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, you got a slight astigmatism, but I don't think you're gonna need glasses. Thanks, Doc.
But this generous doctor has health problems of his own. He suffers from Crohn's disease, an inflammatory bowel disorder.
Required him to wear a colonoscopy bag, which was very uncomfortable for him and apparently very odious to her.
Hello, honey. Do not disgust me.
Betty has no sympathy. She ridicules him publicly in the most heartless way.
More money. More.
She would say things like, "You make me sick, and I don't want to see you anymore."
Thank you.
She would do this before the personnel in Jack's office, for example.
She would say things to him like, "You disgust me," which probably in Jack's heart was his biggest fear, that he would ever disgust anyone because of his condition. And she played on that fear.
Repelled by her husband's condition,
Oh, you're too much.
Betty openly takes lovers.
Well, that is for sure.
Betty was notorious.
I'm just gonna reach in here.
She was very freewheeling. She was not abashed about her sexual encounters. Promiscuous would be an understatement.
Why, Jack? Come to get your briefcase. Bye-bye now.
She told Jack, and she was never going to have sex with him again.
The one thing Betty likes about Jack is his money.
I think she just wanted to live her lifestyle the way she wanted to live it. And she was quite opposite from her sister in that regard.
Betty's sister Peggy lives a very different life. She's known for helping those in need.
Feel like some lunch?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Like out-of-work handyman James White.
He'd been a loser all of his life. He had lost his children. He went from job to job being a workman.
Doing pretty tough, actually.
Peggy met James through some work that she had done at her school. She needed bookshelves for her classroom. She learned that James Dennison White was a handyman in the area.
She sends him to her sister Betty, who has a job for him.
James Dennison White is and was a wretched human being.
I have something I think you'll be very interested in.
Hiring James White will propel the twins into a real-life tragedy the town will never forget.
He was a drug addict, he was a liar, he was a cheater, he was a deserter, he was a whole lot of bad things.
Soon, James adds one more thing to the list. Killer. Huntsville, Alabama, 1992. Betty Wilson likes a good time. She's bored with her 14-year marriage to ailing husband, Jack.
I think Betty married Jack Wilson for two reasons. Number one, he was an ophthalmologist, which probably meant he made a lot more money than most doctors do. And secondly, he was chronically ill with a serious, debilitating disease. She thought he would die.
In May 1992, Betty and Jack's marriage comes to an abrupt end.
James White was waiting for him inside.
What the? What are you doing?
They scuffled. James White picked up this baseball bat and meticulously beat Jack to death with it. It was a brutal murder.
Get out of my house!
Jack is left to die.
They found him beaten severely and stabbed at least twice.
It looks like a burglary gone wrong. Until the police receive a phone call from James White's former girlfriend.
The police zeroed in on James pretty quickly. They got a tip from an informant who said that she was a former girlfriend of James White, and that he had talked to her in a drunken stupor about being hired to kill someone in Huntsville.
After he was captured, he told a series of stories.
James confesses, but insists he is a contract killer. And his alleged clients will stun officials.
He got around to admitting that he had been hired to commit the murder by the twin sisters.
James says his instructions come not only from Betty, but her twin sister, Peggy.
Said that Betty Wilson and Peggy Lowe hired him to go and kill Dr. Jack Wilson. And they were going to pay him $5,000.
Betty's disdain for her husband is well known.
Betty Wilson was viewed as a social climber, having affairs while married to this great Dr. Jack Wilson and all of the great things that he did.
Betty's reputation at the time of the murder would have been something else. It would have been a little more sinister. She had a reputation of being unfaithful to her husband and was held in low regard.
But the town finds it impossible to accept Peggy as a suspect.
Well, I think they were probably opposite extremes. Peggy Lowe was held, I guess, in high regard.
In Vincent, Alabama, Peggy Lowe was loved. They loved her. Everyone loved her.
There is no forensic evidence implicating either twin. But James's testimony and a library book checked out by Betty Wilson are enough for arrests.
They were connected by a library book, which was checked out from the Huntsville Library.
Ow, you are hurting me!
Where Betty had actually transferred some money to him, and he still had the book in his car at the time he was arrested.
The verdict is something only a jury can decide. James White is the star witness.
He worked out a deal where he would get a reduced sentence in return for testifying against the two women.
In court, as in life, the sisters are opposites.
Peggy was acquitted by the jury in her case.
There's absolutely no way she could have done any of this.
While Peggy is found innocent, Betty is found guilty of murder. She is sentenced to life in prison without parole.
The facts that we brought together painted the picture of a vile and contemptuous woman who had everything but wanted more.
Betty denies ever meeting James White, and to this day proclaims her innocence. Peggy supports her sister's claims.
Betty Wilson has no empathy for other people. She doesn't feel bad about hurting other people. It's hard for me as a registered nurse to say that about another registered nurse. But I do believe this to be true. Betty Wilson was a dangerous woman, and she still is. She's right where she needs to be for the rest of her life.
In her Gaithersburg home in Maryland, Josephine Gray conjures up her latest spell.
She believed she had special powers, and she made other people believe it as well.
Josephine's a voodoo queen. Her world is dominated by black magic.
Josephine Gray had a strong enough and manipulative enough personality to control a lot of people and to control them with fear.
In 1974, her first husband, Norman Stribling, fears her power.
He found voodoo passages indicating that she was going to bring harm to him. He saw his name written down with all kinds of ingredients for cooking up voodoo concoctions to kill him.
But Josephine's real power isn't magic. It's lead.
For all the voodoo magic that Josephine practiced, she ultimately resorted to a simple gun.
One night he woke up, sat up in his bed, and there she was sitting up with a gun pointed right at his head. This was a man living in fear that knew his life was short.
Norman's worst fears soon come true.
He was found along a road in the early morning hours, and he was shot in the head. Clear homicide.
Ooh, we can pay down cash on that condo. Love it.
Norman's murder gives Josephine a handsome life insurance payout.
Sure did.
Enough for a new beginning with her secret lover, Robert Gray.
Josephine liked to control men. The pattern shows that when men were no longer enamored with her, she would move on. The original investigation back then clearly pointed to Josephine Gray. Whether she actually pulled the trigger, I don't know, but I think she was there.
Josephine isn't charged. No one is. There's not enough evidence, and potential witnesses won't help the police.
The witnesses were definitely afraid of her. Some of the family members believed in voodoo and her voodoo power. They were afraid of her and of retribution by her.
Robert and Josephine stay together for 16 years. But then, as before, she takes a new lover, Clarence Good.
Josephine! Get out! Get out or I'm gonna shoot you!
They were having an affair, they were sleeping together.
And once again, she uses the new to get rid of the old.
It seems that Josephine couldn't kill a husband without the help of a current lover. Then that lover would become her next husband.
Robert was driving down the road. They pulled up alongside of him, and Clarence was like hiding in the seat. And then when he pulled up, he pointed a gun at Robert, and Robert, slammed on the brakes and turned the car around and, to get away from them.
The threat is taken seriously. And this family is on edge. Even Josephine's own son fears Robert's life is in danger.
I think my mother's gonna kill my stepfather, Robert Gray. It's gonna be hard for you.
He goes to the police.
It was bizarre. He said that, I think my mother is gonna kill my stepfather. We really think by her behavior, she's getting ready to kill him.
Well, why doesn't your stepfather come in and talk to us about it?
Robert was nervous because there was an allegation that he was involved in the death of her first husband.
Detective Joe Mudano convinces Robert to talk to him.
Mudano, I want to come and talk to you guys.
When I spoke to him, he, to me, appeared to be a nervous wreck.
Scared of her. Okay, fair enough.
But the police investigation will be too late.
He knew it was coming. It looks like he was ambushed. They came home after work, and somebody was hiding in one of the bedrooms and just shot him with a .45 caliber gun.
2 of Josephine's husbands are murdered in cold blood. But the police still don't have enough evidence to build a case.
I felt, bad about this. She was the obvious suspect. I do my job because I don't like people that kill other people, hurt other people. My job is to make the streets safe for people.
This voodoo queen is far from finished with love or death.
Now, whatever made those men feel safe with Josephine is beyond me. No one was safe when Josephine was around. No one.
In Gaithersburg, Maryland, Josephine Gray's husbands have a habit of turning up dead. And with each death, Josephine gets an insurance payout.
Josephine Gray is one of the more fascinating women murderers I've ever studied. She was clever, attractive, she was manipulative. She was successful at doing what she did best, which was murdering husbands.
Many in her family believe she is the killer. But Josephine keeps them silent with the threat of black magic, voodoo.
They were afraid of her because they thought she had, powers.
With no witnesses and little evidence, murder charges won't stick.
It just kind of eats at you that this woman did this. It's obvious. Everyone in her family knew she did it. We knew she did it.
Detective Mudano, determined to break the case,
I don't know what you're talking about.
appeals to the next potential victim, Josephine's latest lover, Clarence.
What makes you think you're so special?
We talked to Clarence and said, look at the first two husbands. When the relationships went sour or she met somebody else, look at their fate. What makes you think that you're so special? And he didn't want to hear any of that.
6 years later, in 1996,
Yeah, that's Clarence.
the prediction comes true.
It seems that every man that got involved with Josephine ended up on the wrong side of a gun.
Her third partner and a third insurance payout.
It isn't right, that these three guys are dead. They knew they were going to get it and told everyone they were going to get it, and we can't do anything about it.
Frustrated, but not defeated, Detective Mudano has an idea. If state authorities can't do anything, maybe federal authorities can.
It's not typical for the United States to get involved in state murder prosecutions. And the trick was figuring out what federal crime had been committed, as there's not a general federal murder statute.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Sandra Wilkinson makes an incredible discovery. The key to catching Josephine is not murder, but fraud.
I began looking at the reason why she murdered Norman, why she would have murdered Robert, and why she murdered Clarence. And the first place I looked was to determine if there were insurance policies on their lives, and there was.
This is good.
Now a fraud prosecution will become a de facto murder trial.
We had to prove a fraud theory under something called the Slayer's Rule.
The Slayer's Rule is a law that makes it illegal to receive an insurance payout if you cause the claim.
For example, if you burned down your car and then submitted an application to get your car insurance because your car was burned down and you did the arson, you can't get paid for that.
If they can prove Josephine kills her husbands and lover to claim their life insurance, she can be convicted.
Okay, Andre, we believe that Josephine killed her first two husbands.
To help build the case, Detective Mudano works on Josephine's latest lover, Andre.
Well, she told me she did.
He finally admitted to us that she told him that she had killed her other husbands. He also admitted that he had seen her with this .45 caliber gun.
Were you also aware that she took out a life insurance policy on you?
We also told him, did you know that she was trying to take a life insurance policy out on you, which he had no idea.
Police convince Andre to testify at the fraud trial. And that, along with Josephine's history, creates a convincing case.
The jury was instructed, you cannot convict her of fraud if she did not commit these murders. No murder, no fraud.
In a state trial, only one murder case could be tried at a time. But the federal fraud case allows all three to be presented.
You can imagine if you're a juror, the opening, you hear one husband is killed. That's bad luck. That's unfortunate. Second husband is murdered. That's kind of, you raise your eyebrows. Third.
In 2002, the jury finds Josephine Gray guilty of all 8 counts of fraud.
There was a way to prosecute Josephine Gray, even if there wasn't a federal murder statute.
The 55-year-old is sentenced to a total of 40 years behind bars and no chance of parole.
I think Josephine Gray is an evil person. To be able to kill people that you loved, people that you had children with, people that you lived with. If that's not evil, I don't know what's evil.
Almost 30 years after her first husband's murder, Josephine Gray finally gets her punishment.
Josephine probably thought she would never get caught. Had it not been for the tenacious behavior of the detective working this case, she might still be out there killing men today.
I was perfectly satisfied, but it just meant that she was going to probably die in prison.
When life goes off the rails,
she doesn't care about somebody else. She doesn't care about a child.
And it is difficult to survive.
She needed those drugs, and there was nothing that was going to stop her.
Desperation can lead to desperate action.
This is not someone we want out walking among us.
In 1988, on the dark streets of Anaheim, California, a teenage girl is desperate for cash to feed a habit.
Rosie used heroin. She used whatever she could get her hands on.
Rosie Alfaro's traumatic life has left her scarred.
She began using drugs at an early age. She was turned out as a prostitute at the age of 14, constantly running away from home.
Rosie's family feels powerless to help.
Her mother indicated that she would see her loaded, see her with the drug use when she would come to visit her, but there was nothing she could do.
By 18, Rosie has a son, but nowhere to live. The family of a school friend, 18-year-old April Wallace, takes them in. She has a 9-year-old sister, Autumn, who loves having an extended family, but the rest of the household doesn't.
She was using drugs. And the people that she hung around were drug users.
Rosie, have you fed Maddie?
No, I haven't had time. Can't you do it?
That's just not good enough. I said that you could stay with us if you helped around a place that you want. And where are you going? You should be at home resting.
No, I've just got to meet some friends.
Despite the generosity of the family, Rosie doesn't settle down.
She passed her time during the day trying to find things that would bring her money so she could buy drugs.
She can't stay here if she goes on like that.
She's told to leave, but it won't be the last time Rosie visits the Wallaces. Rosie has a new home, a squalid one, and she's desperate for money.
She's living near Disneyland, and it was in a kind of a rundown area with a bunch of junkies.
Drugs and alcohol in the human body reduce inhibitions. And sometimes when people are high on either one of those things or both, they will do things that they never would have even considered in their clean and sober moments.
Well, did you get any?
No, he said no more credit.
I can't. I'm coming down now.
No money, no way.
One day on June 15th, 1990, cold-hearted Rosie will do anything to get high.
Wait. I know where we can get some stuff to sell.
In the past, she sold her body. Today, she has another idea. The Wallace family has a routine.
Autumn often stayed by herself in the afternoon after school before her mom got home in the evening.
So it's a nice surprise for the 9-year-old when she gets a visit from a familiar face.
When she saw Rosie at the door, there's no question she would have let her in and just trusted her.
Home alone, Autumn enjoys the company. Little does she know, she's playing with danger.
She needed those drugs, and there was nothing that was going to stop her.
I'm just going to the bathroom, okay? Okay.
Teenage mom, Rosie Alfaro, is a drug addict desperate for money. In the past, she has sold herself. Now she has another plan. On June 15th, 1990, 9-year-old Autumn Wallace is home alone.
Autumn was a little 9-year-old, a little blonde girl, very cute and very popular at school. And she gave her mom no trouble whatsoever, a very easy child, very smart child.
I'll be back soon.
Rosie arrives with her baby and 2 druggies.
Give me a break.
Hi, Autumn. Can I come in?
But Rosie's idea of robbery is stealing a life.
To keep a witness from saying who it was that stole all the stuff out of the house. She realized she's going to have to kill her because she'd recognize her. Rosie indicated she saw a knife in the kitchen, and she took that knife.
I'm just going to the bathroom, okay? Okay.
And then went back in the bathroom under the guise of fixing her hair.
Can you come in here for a moment? Sure.
And lured Autumn into the bathroom.
Yes? Can you wash these for me? Okay.
The stab wounds were in her back and in her front and in her face. They were all over. She was laying on her back. It was very ugly, very brutal. Blood everywhere. She stabbed her repeatedly, over 50 times.
The fact that Rosie stabbed Autumn in excess of 50 times, a 9-year-old girl, one well-placed stab wound would have done the job, but she does it 50 times or more, to me speaks of rage and drugs. Maybe because of that, Rosie didn't want any other little girl to have a happy life either. And maybe there was more revenge in this killing than we think.
Rosie definitely remembers seeing Autumn's eyes looking at her when she finally died. It's very disturbing, very disturbing.
It's taking us a
Hey guys, open the trunk!
Rosie ransacks the house.
After Rosie stabbed Autumn, she stepped over her, and with a bloody footprint, she went from room to room looking for items to steal. Leaving that little boy, that toddler, in the front of that house while she's in there brutally killing an 8-year-old girl, it's just unimaginable for a mother to be able to do that.
2 hours later, a hard-working mom's life turns upside down.
I'll give you 200.
Can't you give me a bit more?
Rosie wastes no time fencing the stolen goods for a pitiful amount.
I'll give you 240. Take it or leave it.
Take it.
Afterwards, I think the net figure she got was $240. Kind of a cheap price for the life of a little 9-year-old girl.
Cash in hand, Rosie returns to the scene of her crime.
I'm a friend of April's. Can I speak with her?
No, ma'am, that's not possible.
Often killers return to the scene of the crime.
Sure to pass it on.
There's a variety of different reasons they do this. Sometimes it's to view the body. Sometimes it's to remove evidence they may have left. Sometimes it's for kicks. It turns them on. Rosie returning to the scene of the crime put her right into the center of the investigation.
And she's made another mistake. She leaves a bloody footprint.
There's only one footprint in blood near the body. So there was a lack of any other footprints.
The police officer remembers the suspicious teenager on the night of the murder. They track Rosie down.
And that bloody shoe print, they had something concrete to go on. They found the shoes in where she was living and matched the shoe print too. So Rosie did herself in as far as getting caught for that crime.
In 1992, Rosie Alfaro is convicted of first-degree murder and is condemned to die.
She had no feelings for what she had done to another human being, especially a young child, and especially being a mother herself. It's very disturbing, very disturbing.
Rosie chooses drugs over a child's life and has never said sorry.
Rosie is a sociopath, and she has no empathy for other human beings. And it would help explain why she was able to, number one, murder her friend's little sister in such a horrible way, and number two, have no remorse about it.
She remains on death row in the Central California Women's Facility.
This is not someone we want out walking among us.